A person at the Missaukee County Jail, please state your name for the record.
Cody
What's your last name, sir?
Davidson.
I'm Judge Wiggins in the Wexford County District Court, and I have a file for an arraignment for you. Sir, is Cushion Road still a good email address for you? Or I'm sorry, mailing address?
Yeah, that'll work. It's my mom's house.
All right. Do you have a telephone number?
I do. I think it's currently off.
How about an email address?
Another what?
Email?
It'd be Cody Davidson 29 at Gmail.
And it's my understanding you have not met with anybody from the defender's office yet, is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. I have a complaint that alleges that on or about October 29th in 2025 in the city of Manton and Wexford County, it is alleged that you committed the offense of operating a motor vehicle without security or insurance. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year in jail and or a fine of not less than $200 nor more than $500. Do you understand those charges and the potential penalties?
Yeah.
I'm assuming you haven't received your advice of rights, so I'm going to go through your rights with you, all right? If you require accommodations to use the court because of disabilities, or if you require a foreign language interpreter to help you fully participate in court proceedings, please contact the court immediately to make arrangements. You've been brought to court on a misdemeanor charge and you have the following basic rights: to plead guilty or not guilty, or to stand mute. If you stand mute, a plea of not guilty will be entered. You may plead no contest with the permission of the court. To have a trial by jury and to have the assistance of an attorney. If you, you have the right to an attorney appointed at public expense if you are indigent, which means without money to hire an attorney. And if the offense charge requires a minimum jail sentence or the court determines that it might sentence you to jail, the appointing authority will decide if you are indigent and appoint counsel if you are eligible. You may have to repay a portion of the expense of an appointed attorney, and you may contest your ability to pay the ordered fees if the court attempts to collect any cost for an attorney, and the court must determine your ability to pay at that time. If you have a trial, you have the following rights: to call witnesses to speak for you at trial. You may get an order signed by the court to require witnesses to come to court, to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial, to be a witness for yourself or remain silent. If you choose not to be a witness on your own behalf, the prosecuting official may not comment on your refusal to testify. You also have the right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. If you plead guilty or no contest and your plea is accepted, you will not have a trial of any kind, and you'll be giving up those trial rights that we just went through. You also have the right to be released on bond, and we'll get to that in a moment. If you are now on probation or parole, and you enter a plea of guilty or no contest, or a finding of guilt is made by a judge or jury, it may result in a violation of your probation or parole. So are you able to hear me okay?
Yeah, I just had to get a lot closer.
All right.
I don't know if I can turn this up or not. All right. All right. It's all the way up. I just gotta get closer.
You can be sentenced to jail and fines plus costs, and the court will tell you on the record the name of the offense, the mandatory minimum jail sentence, if any, and the maximum possible penalty for the offense, including jail, fines, or both. Fines, costs, and other financial obligations imposed by the court must be paid at the time of the assessment, except when the court allows otherwise for good cause shown. An appeal to the circuit court may be taken within 21 days from the date of sentence, or is permitted pursuant to court rule if the sentence includes incarceration, and if you wish to file an appeal but are financially unable to retain a lawyer, the court will appoint a lawyer to represent you on appeal if the request for a lawyer is made within 14 days from the date of sentencing. Federal law and or state law may prohibit you from purchasing or possessing ammunition or a firearm, including a rifle, pistol, or revolver. If you are convicted of a misdemeanor crime of violence and you are a current or former spouse, parent, or guardian of the victim, you share a child in common with the victim, you are or were cohabitating with the victim as a spouse, parent, or guardian, or you are or were involved with the victim in another similar relationship. Do you understand those rights as I've read them?
Yes, Your Honor.
Today, as I said, you have the right to be represented by an attorney at all phases, and if you could not afford one, one would be appointed to represent you, but you may be required to repay a portion of that expense. Today, do you plan to hire an attorney, represent yourself, or request the appointment of an attorney?
I'll request one.
And what is your current source of income?
I'm not employed right now.
All right, court will make a referral to the public defender's office for the appointment of an attorney. Will enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. Will set the matter for a pretrial. That's where your attorney and the prosecutor will get together to see if there's a way to resolve the case short of going to trial. You also have the right to have a bond set. Your bond is based upon the probability of you appearing at future court appointments, the seriousness of the offense charged, and the threat that you pose to the public. Mr. Davidson, what are you currently in Misaki for?
It's malicious destruction of property, something. I think my bond's like 25,000.
Okay. And are you still in the pretrial phase? You haven't entered a plea
Yeah.
or been found guilty?
Yeah.
Do you know when your next court date is?
I have court today at 1:30, and then I have court the 20th at 1:30, and I have champion as a lawyer.
All right. And you said your bond is set at 20 or 25,000?
25,000. He's supposed to put in for a bond reduction today.
All right. How long have you been in jail?
I'd say probably going on 3 weeks, close to 3 weeks.
Counsel, I'm inclined to do a $100 bond so he can continue, so he gets credit for any time he sits until he posts bond. Any objection to that?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Harrison?
No, I would have requested that. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Davidson, what I'm going to do, if I were to authorize a personal recognizance bond, you would not receive any credit on this case, any jail credit. And I don't necessarily want that to happen in case you're not able to post your other bond. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set bond at $100 cash surety. That way you accrue jail credit if you're still in there. I'm also going to order that you appear as ordered to keep your contact information current, not leave the state without permission, and to commit no new crimes. This does require that your fingerprints to be taken. I am going to order that those fingerprints be taken by November 25th. We'll make sure Misaki gets a copy of that order to get you printed, all right?
Yeah, they just printed me, so.
You have to be printed on each charge, so that was probably for your Misaki charge, so you'll have to be printed on the Wexford charge as well.
All right.
Okay, do you have any questions for me?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Person at the Wexford County Jail, please state your name.
Dennis Lofton.
Mr. Lofton, what is a good mailing address for you?
7605 North 7 Road, Music.
Do you have a telephone number?
It's 231-429-5438.
Email address?
dloftonj@gmail.com.
So you're in the jail right now for a bench warrant on a fail to appear for a financial review hearing back on October 9th of 25. I currently show that you owe the court $2,973. Are you able to make any type of payment on this?
I can do something today, but not very much.
Are you able to get set up on a monthly payment plan?
Yes, sir.
How much can you pay a month?
I'm not working right now. I can at least do $20 or something.
Can you do 20 a month?
Yeah,
When can you make that first payment?
when I get out of here.
All right, then I will release you today on a PR, your personal recognizance, with $20 a month payment starting tomorrow, or actually today if you're able to do it. And the 15th of each month. And we will set this back for a review hearing in 1 month.
Thank you.
All right. All right.
Yep.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Next to Raymond, Joe. Oh, that's it from the jail. Thank you, Joe. This is case number 254157 SM. It looks like you signed this advice of rights form today. The information contained on the back of that, is that accurate? Did you have the opportunity to meet with somebody from the defender's office today? I'm sorry.
Yes.
All right. I have a complaint that alleges that on or about April 19th, 2025, in Herring Township of Wexford County, it is alleged that you committed the offense of retail fraud second degree while at Walmart. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year in jail and or a fine of $2,000 or 3 times the value of the property taken. Do you understand those charges and the potential penalties? Did you have the opportunity to meet with somebody from the defender's office today? Danny, is the recording?
Barely.
I need you to speak right up so the recording equipment can pick you up. You do have the right to be represented by an attorney at all phases throughout this process, and if you could not afford one, one would be appointed to represent you at public expense, but you may be required to repay a portion of that expense. Today, do you plan to hire an attorney, represent yourself, or request the appointment of an attorney? So you've got 3 options today. One is that you either plan to hire an attorney. 2 is that you want to represent yourself. Or 3 is that you request the appointment of a court-appointed attorney, which would be somebody from Mr. Hartel's office, maybe not necessarily him, but somebody from his office.
Yes, sir. I would like to do that.
The appointed attorney. What is your current source of income?
Evergreen Resort.
All right, court will make a referral to the public defender's office for the appointment of an attorney. We'll enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, and we'll set the matter for a pretrial. That's where your attorney and the prosecutor will get together to see if there's a way to resolve the case short of going to trial. You also have the right to have a bond set. Your bond is based upon the probability of you appearing at future court appointments, the seriousness of the offense charged, and the threat that you pose to the public. It does look like there were a couple no-shows in this matter before, but when I look at where the notice was sent, looks like there must have been an address change at one time and stuff wasn't forwarded. I do not have any prior history for this defendant. Mr. Hartel, any comment regarding bond?
Yes, Your Honor. I would ask the court to consider a personal recognizance bond. I don't believe there's any flight risk issues. In fact, if I recall correctly, this defendant showed up a full day early and then went out of their way to make sure to call and make sure to know what's having to be to court. Obviously, well, not presently in here, but there was quite a bit of support. I believe there was some booing is the only reason they had to go outside. Local employment, things of that nature. I think this is a perfect candidate for a PR bond. I don't doubt the public safety concerns can be overcome with simple non-monetary bond conditions. No contact with Walmart. I've advised this defendant to, that would most likely be that, and they're more than willing to do their shopping in other locations pending resolution of this case. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Lawrence, on behalf of the people.
Thank you. I would just ask for no contact.
All right, I will allow a personal recognizance bond in this case. That's just your promise to come back to court with the following conditions. 1, that you appear as ordered, keep your contact information current, and not leave the state without permission, and to commit no new crimes. I'm also ordering that you not have any contact with Walmart. No contact means no contact of any kind. You can't be in the store, you can't call them, you can't be on the premises.
Yes, sir.
This charge also does require your fingerprints to be taken, so I have signed a fingerprint order. As a condition of your bond, you are to have those fingerprints taken by November 25th. That requires that you contact the Wexford County Sheriff's Department and make arrangements to get those prints taken.
Yes, sir.
All right, you can go out to the front window where you checked in, get that fingerprint order, get your next court date, and you'll probably have some paperwork to fill out for the defender's office.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.